All right, people, I got a special detailed update for Apple and some great news about divisionary pivots. This is a great plan, and let me explain everything. So right now, the big picture is, people, Apple right now is in a big chop zone of 162 to 155. I will also be explaining about the TSLA trade and how well it went based on the visionary line pivots. But first we will talk about the Apple update. Alright, people, so in this update I will explain about my August 22 update and what happened with some new pivots based on today's action. Okay, now before I talk about the new information, yesterday, August 22nd, I talked about how will Apple hold 159. Notice today we held 159, we bounced, but I said how will it act at the 160.50 resistance pivot one, and there were several ones, and Apple could barely get above the 160.50 pivot. We bounced the 159 area, they happened to take it up to the 160.50 pivot, and again we remain closed just a little bit, a positive 20 cents, 28 cents. But like I said, Apple's in a big chop zone with multiple key pivot points, okay? But the two main ones are the 162, but that's even unchanged, and 155 right now as it stands. And the pivots that I explain will give us more and more clues whether they're going to go and test Apple lower or not, okay? And before Apple really trends, it's going to need time. And I'm going to explain that in this video, okay? So right now, 159.50 is a key pivot to watch. That is new. And I'll explain inside the video. So how we handle that, if they start trading below that, 159.50, that could become a resistance. And then the next testing point they could test, okay, as they stay below this, is 157. All right, you've got a supports at 157. Let me tell you exactly. So you have supports at let's see here, 157.39. Then the next one, 158.62. Then the next one would be 156.08. These are the supporting pivots and how we busted them. But right now, how we hold, if we do not hold this, we could attempt to try. We are aligned now to go and try and test 157.39. And how we handle that will then give us more clues. Again, I will have to make another update. I'm making a plan for SPY, so we'll talk about that. So that's what inside the video I will explain what these numbers mean. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking about now. Now I'm going to talk about 167.8. Plus I will explain. So 167.8 is another resistance point. Do you follow, people? And even if Apple does hold 159.50, how does it handle 160.78? The next one is 161.30, and then we go to 162.20. Right now, as it stands, I'll be honest with you, people, without Apple basing substantially properly above 162.20, we are stuck in a chop zone of the 162.20 to the 155 level. And how we handle the supports and all that, again, that will, every day I get updates based on the visionary lines, and then I call them now visionary line pivots. So it's a combination of the power, we'll call it power classic power trigger trade infused with the visionary line pivot idea that I got by basically training power trigger trade Shia in terms of when he would win, when he would lose, and when he followed the rules or got in earlier, he happened to get inside of what I call pivots. And I've seen this happen over and over and over again, where before we were able to get in. So I was able to revamp the system on the shorter time frames to align with the visionary line pivots. And the story, people, very powerful. You see this TSLA trade, let me tell you something. Word for word what I said this to power. Now we're going to talk about the TSLA trade. I talked about the updated of Apple. Okay, people. So if you want to listen to that, go back into that. But I'm going to talk about TSLA here. And the thing about TSLA was, once it broke 246.50, I told Power Trigger Trade Shia that Tesla, because it was at a perfect visionary line pivot with an alignment of a shorter time frame, which was a high odd in this chop market. And I didn't expect it to work so well, because we talked about it. We talked about it in the evening, but I didn't really think it would really do as well as what I was seeing. But then when I saw it in action today, based on all the rules, basically, let me put it to you this way. The 245 calls made 100% gains because you see what Tesla did, right? Let's you see Tesla be closed around 253, so they made 100%. So let me put it in perspective. 10 contracts. Okay, someone bought 10 contracts at $4,000. It went 0% against you. You doubled your money. You made $4,000. Well, actually more. It costed exactly $4,400 because the contracts on the trigger point was 4.440. $4.40. And the options went as high as $9.40, so more than a double. So your options, if 10 contracts produced about 5K profits, one day, people, with only 4K, this totally trounces those people who do penny stocks, because even people with $5,000 down would be lucky to make 1K, never mind 5K. That's the power of my system, people. Very powerful. That's my message I'm giving to you. So you want to study and follow what I'm talking about, because things are going to get better and even better with the visionary line pivots. But you got to listen to what I'm saying in the videos, okay? Because what I'm transcribing to you is powerful information. $1 billion mind. That's what I can tell you. Nothing will be able to compare to the accuracy and of within a small, again, more picks, but in whatever they are, when they trigger, it's all about confirmation. The confirmed trades are the key. Now, all right, people, welcome to Power Target Trades, the place where I post powerful detailed plans. You know, people, see this Aapl, special Aapl update August 22. You've got to listen to what I said there, because basically Aapl did exactly what I said. Scary, almost crystal ball action. This visionary line pivotal system, the way I look at things, when things have the right kind of alignments, I can describe actions to a market pretty accurately. Aapl did, what did it do today? We hold 159. You know, what I described to Power Target Trade Shaya, no word of a lie, was almost crystal ball action today in Tesla. 0% against. This is the statistics. This is why I'm pumped. 0% against. Again, it's something that I, through tons of hours of study, have perfected, but seeing through the mistakes of Power Target Trade Shaya versus the gains. So I was able to merge two type of personalities into the thing. See, for example, Power Target Trade Shaya usually likes to go in with 10 to 20 contracts. Now he went with different contracts, but was able to produce about, I mean, he didn't go in big in the Tesla trade. You know, he went in with about, but he was able to do about 3K gains. He went with a little different options than what I said to do. Okay, but anyways, you know what? I want to get into it. I just want to tell you that this is what happened based on, if you take the calls that I talked about, which were the August 28, 245 calls for Tesla. They triggered at 246 break, on a 246 break today, and it went to 240, went to 250, pulled back to 247 pivot, which I told Power Target Trade Shaya, and then rebroke through 250. And I explained this to Power Target Trade Shaya. If it rebreaks certain levels again, we're going to get this level. My targets were really 252. It actually did 252 and a half. Sorry, it did it even a little bit better. But no word of a lie, people. Crystal ball action, what I described, it was truly incredible. But that's because we had the proper, listen carefully, people, proper alignment of the pivots and the proper alignment of these visionary pivots that I talk about that change on the day by market. My visionary lines are more like leading indicators, not lagging indicators like moving averages. So there you have, people, a powerful update. Make sure you subscribe to this channel. There's going to be a lot of great things I'm doing, people. So subscribe, study the videos, visit daily. I'm going to be posting a SPY plan. Let's see if that one confirms. I'm going to explain why. I'm going to be explaining some things about the SPY plan. I like that one better if I'm going to take a short in something. You see this Sandro Power trick or trade? Well, sorry, this picture of me. It's going to appear here in a circle format. Simply click on it. It's going to give you an easy way to subscribe. Listen, people, I make a lot of great plans, but like I said, the confirmation is key. Study the videos, visit daily. Listen, people, you want to study my created playlist. There's a wealth of knowledge and power, and this was not even all based on divisionary line pivots. Most of these plans were based more on what I call classic power trick or trade. But now I've infused, because I've always said about the visionary lines that there's so much to it. But now we have called visionary line pivots, and there's an alignment to them as well, and they're very powerful, people. I'm very excited. Things are going to get even better and better and better. The success of Power Trick or Trade Shaya will only infuse the power of this whole thing. There you have, people, a great special detailed update. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to subscribe and like the video.